how this stream works. It's been a while, so I will I'll just have to play it by ear and see how things go today. All right, let's check out all right, let's see here. I want to actually pull this up on a different device just to see what's up, see if there's actual video streaming, and I'll go from there. Okay. All right, looks like we've got video. Yeah, we got audio too. Okay, things are working. That's good. All right, let's see here. Okay, looks like my chat window's a bit slow here. Just basically relearning the ropes here, as it's been it's been a while since I've streamed, but a few things have changed. My physical location is new. My stream setup is a bit different. I have a new camera, so that's actually pretty nice, I think. And I got other stuff going on. Let's just see how things are going, right? Feel free to talk in the chat, by the way. I'm just about to get things going, I guess. Let's see. I want Twitch. Right. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get to my chat window on my phone so that I can actually make sure the chat stuff's working. I just have to talk through this stuff because it's been long enough that I don't remember what I'm doing. And so that's where I'm at right now, you know? And I think that's okay. Let's see here. Chat, pop out. There we go. Let's try this. /YouTube. I don't remember what my commands are. Hey, there we go. Okay. So, Nightbot's still up. That's good. Yeah, it's working there. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so now let's see. Let's see what's up. Next thing to do Okay, so switch to the scene here. Perfect. Okay, so this is obviously not programming, but it is my switch, and it does, let's see, is it working? It looks like we've got audio from the capture, which is okay, that's good. But I actually I don't need to use this right now, so instead, I'm gonna put this in sleep mode. And another new thing that I've got is a HDMI switch. So now I've got 4 different devices that I can run through the capture card. And I think the one I want to be doing is 3, 2. Should label the switches. There we go. That's the one I want. So let me switch to 3 for a second here. Put that in sleep mode. Now switch to 2. Oh. Okay. Nope. Maybe? Yes, no? Okay. Looks like we got something. So let's switch this scene again. And let's see. That should maybe be good enough for what I'm trying to do today. So the interesting thing I've got going on here is this here. So I've been trying to figure out ways that I could do Clojure development on my iPad, and there's a few things I actually can do. Like there's replete REPL. So this is Clojure script, and it runs like it actually will evaluate. Oops. How do I do this? I think there we go. Command enter, and it evaluates up here. I'm just checking that things are actually working kind of okay right now. It's a little hard to. I'm just messing around today on my iPad, so this is experimental as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, so what I've been trying to do is figure out a nice way to do some on-the-go Clojure development with an iPad. Because I like the form factor, I like the battery life. It's got a really nice display. The pencil is amazing. It's my favorite kind of input device, so I want to use it as much as possible. The iPad in general, I think, is a really good tool, but it's locked down a bit, so it is kind of hard to get the exact development environment that you want. So I had talked about that in one of my YouTube videos, and so someone in the comments actually pointed me to someone else who had pointed me to a YouTube video that pointed to someone else who found some modifications that you can do to the image so you can actually run a Pi 4 through the USB-C and connect to it locally. So you don't need an internet connection. If you've got, you can install whatever Linux tools you want on a Raspberry Pi and use Blink to basically SSH into the local connection. It thinks it's an Ethernet cable, and you can just connect to it. So I got myself a Pi, which so this is the Pi 4 8 GB RAM and all that stuff. I think it's a 1.5 gigahertz CPU, so it's definitely plenty powerful for a lot of the stuff I'm working on. I don't need crazy computation. I'm not really compiling all that much. I'm just kind of running Clojure scripts, more or less. Anyway, blah blah blah. It works. So I've started installing some stuff on this already. This morning I was messing around. I I was a little nervous, but it turns out you can use the USB-C charging cable that comes with the iPad just fine with the latest Raspberry Pi, and it all works. So there's a working image on here. I installed a few things already, but since I'm streaming, like screen sharing the iPad with an HDMI adapter, I can't, at least as far as I can tell, I can't connect this while I'm also streaming the HDMI out. So that's okay. Since I'm at home, I can just plug this in. It's connected to Wi-Fi, and I can SSH into it through the Wi-Fi local network, and it's going to be equivalent. So for today, I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to go plug this in and turn it on, and use Blink Shell to connect into it and just mess around. See what I can come up with. And that's basically the plan for the day. Nothing too hectic. I also did not buy a case for this, so I will have to build one, or 3D like design and 3D print one or something like that. So that should be a fun little project. But I'm gonna go plug it in for a moment. Okay. So one reason I love the iPad so much is the ability to draw with it, right? So I can do whatever I want. I can diagram things out. I can explain things with like a napkin style drawing, you know, okay, so we've got a box, and then we connect to this and do that, and you know the deal. Let's undo that, and we're good to go. Okay. So there's a few things I've tried already. So this is a program iShell that basically emulates a 32-bit Alpine Linux installation. The only thing I've managed Clojure-wise to get working is the Joker REPL, which is fantastic, but not quite convenient enough for me to use all the time. I did my best, but it just isn't going to really be a viable developing strategy. But it does work, and you can even you can serve local files from it and everything. You can access the root file system of iShell through the Files app. So it all works. Like it's the skeleton for a decent workflow is there, but it's just not powerful enough. And a lot of the tools I want to use are only built in 64-bit architectures these days, and this is a 32-bit emulation. So it's in a lot of cases it's just a non-starter. I really tried to build a few different REPLs to get running on here, but it didn't end up working nicely for me. So I swapped this. I don't do much Python dev, but I might get into it again here and there. And Pythonista is basically a full-blown Python dev environment. It works extremely well. I don't have it installed, but I also have a Codia, which is a Lua programming environment. So those two things would be fun to play around with visualization and native integration with the iPad Pencil and stuff like that. So there's a lot of fun little projects I could do with that, but the biggest thing I want to do is run Clojure. So I'm going to connect to that Pi now through Blink Shell, and you just SSH into it. I think ASDF is the one. There we go. So I just, because I'm a dork, I called it Phobos. But there we go. I'm on the I'm on the Pi, and let's see what's up. So I already installed Clojure. There's still a lot of stuff I want to improve and get working nicely, but we've got an actual Clojure REPL running, and it's running on the OpenJDK 11, which is the default JDK that Debian installed through apt. So that's all fine and good. Let's exit that. So the other thing I did install is Emacs, but I haven't configured it at all. So it's not set up the way I want it to. Hey, Dr. Datomic. So does this mean no keyboard, just the iPad Pencil? Oh, yeah, here, let me show you for a second. Hold on, I'll flip my camera around and show you what I've got going on here. So this is the iPad, and I bought the I forget what it's called. I think it's called the Smart Keyboard. So in the, like, what I've got going on right, my camera is askew. So I've got this as a mouse pad. So there's like the so the latest iPad OS has cursor, like you could plug in and connect any like Bluetooth mouse, and it'll actually work. So it gives you this cursor. So you can use a cursor, you can use the pencil, you can obviously use your hands and touch the screen. And because I have it plugged in, I've got the Magic Keyboard as well. I'm pretty sure it's called the Magic Keyboard. I don't know for sure. But basically it'll do all the inputs I kind of need. At least that's the thought. So we'll see how that goes. So Dr. Datomic, do you get the Datomic part of your name from the Clojure, like the database Datomic, or is it a coincidence? Just curious about that. Let's see what's up here. Hey, Mike. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while on my end, so I'm glad to see you tuned in for a bit. I hope things are good with you. This is a test file with org mode. Subheading. Sub. Let's see. I haven't I haven't streamed in a while, so apologies if I'm just not firing on all cylinders. Bear with me, please. Yeah, Dr. Datomic. Yeah, I'm interested in I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Datomic or Datomic? Datomic, I think. You're interested in Datomic and Clojure. Dr. Datomic is aspirational. Hey, shoot for the stars, right? Or aim for the moon and you'll land among the stars, or whatever. I love the name. It's great. To be totally honest, calling myself a Clojure dev is aspirational sometimes too. But I use Clojure and I develop with it, so I guess it counts, right? Either pronunciation works. Thanks. Yeah. Well, anyway, so I'm not sure I've seen you in my chat before. I mean, so I haven't streamed in over a month, so I'm basically everything's new anyway. But welcome to the stream. Hey, Thrashton. How's the Clojure world? Clojure world is treating me just fine. I'm loving it, and I'm figuring out fun new ways to use my iPad to develop with it and all that kind of stuff. So today is the first stream I've been doing, the first stream I'm doing since I've moved. So it's not going to be a crazy dev heavy stream or anything like that, but yeah, I'm just messing around. But Thrashin, it's good to see you. I hope things are well with you. See, so here I am just messing around. So this, I don't know if everyone's seen it. This, like, I'm running this on my iPad. And I'm using this program called Blink Shell, and I've SSH'd, I've secure shelled. Is that the right? Is it a verb? I've got a Raspberry Pi 4 plugged in on my stack of books over there. Gonna have to put a green screen filter on the stream if I'm gonna be using this green room. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I actually don't know if I can chroma key this wall successfully, but I might have to. Might actually, now that you say it, while I'm messing around, I'm not doing anything super critical today, so I'm gonna see what happens if I do. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's see. Let's see what horrible things happen when I put a chroma on this. I don't think it's gonna work. Let's see here. Well, it's just fuzzier. Oh, there we go. Green. I'm not sure I should be messing with this live. Oh. It's horrible. That's so funny. Okay. You see that? So there's a few things going on. I'd have to probably color correct the new camera. Get better lighting so that there's more contrast between the background and the foreground, and then adjust the chroma and all that stuff accordingly, right? Like, it is cutting out the green, but it's also starting to like the mic. It's weird. It's not good. Oh, I didn't update the title. Thanks for the heads up there. I thought, let me mess with that title update. Also, let me get rid of this chroma. Hey Drake, seen that I'm a CAD query user. Happy to see that you share what you do. Hey, yeah, glad to. I'll be honest, I haven't used CAD query in a bit. I've shifted my focus lately to learning and using Clojure, but I've been messing around with what am I trying to say? There's a Clojure to OpenSCAD compiler, and I've been using that as a basis to make other language connections, and CAD query is on the list to do. So I'll be focusing in on CAD query a little bit more again. All right, I'm clearly distracted today. Sorry, everyone. Let's see here. I would like to undo my camera chroma key. All right. No. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you stop streaming for a month. You completely forget everything you've learned. Okay, let's go filters. I'm just gonna talk it out. Let's hit the minus button. Yes, I want to remove the chroma key. Give it a minute. Okay, there we go. No fuzziness. There we go. Okay. All right. So Drake, do you use CAD query a lot yourself? What kind of stuff do you use it for? Just curious about that, because CAD Query I think is such a cool tool. The only reason I've switched away from it a bit is I felt the need and desire to learn other languages, and Clojure seemed really cool. Python can be really powerful still. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, let me know. Okay. I also, let's see if I can change that stream title. Please. Oh boy. Hey, anyone who's just tuned in, welcome. Thanks for tuning in and all of that stuff. I just want to put a little disclaimer out there. I'm not going to be trying too hard to do a lot of dev work today. This is the first stream I've done since I've moved, and apparently I can't even edit my stream titles properly. So, bear with me. Nevertheless, feel free to introduce yourselves and just talk in the chat, ask questions, talk about, little projects you're working on, anything like that. Feel free to participate in the chat. That I do love it when that happens. So go ahead. I'll just be messing around trying to, not lie on my stream with the wrong title. That's the goal. One of the goals. Can I do it? Is my stream title not correct? Sorry, I'm a little confused because it looks right. It looks correct from my end. Maybe it's just a Twitch problem? I don't know. Updated successfully. Okay. We shall see. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. All right. I just need to be calm and collected and control. Title says, just chatting while I set up my Raspberry Pi and iPad. Thank you, Dr. Datomic. That is the correct title now. Things are good. It's possible that it was cached or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, seems to be fixed now. Maybe it's on your end. If it looks right, it's certainly on my computer. Okay. All right. That I'm going to cross off my list as quote unquote solved. So we're good to go there. All right. So is everyone appraised of the current situation, what I'm actually doing, why I'm using my iPad and all that stuff? I moved to Vancouver probably a month, 3.5 weeks ago now, and that's basically why I haven't been streaming. I try to stream very regularly Clojure development because it's fun and it's fun to chat with people and grow the channel. But moving across the country was something that took a bit of time and effort, so I just didn't stream. But one thing about moving to Vancouver that I'm really excited to do is bike into some of the many good parks and do some development work outside. And to do that nicely, I have this iPad, but the iPad itself doesn't have a ton of Clojure native capabilities. There is this here. This is a program called iShell. It kind of works. I have only been able to install it's a 32-bit Alpine Linux emulation. So you can do you can use APK. I think it's APK in Alpine. Yeah. You can install packages, but they're not necessarily guaranteed to work. And anyway, long story short, the only Clojure or Clojure-like REPL that I was able to compile and get running on the iShell app was Joker. Joker. which is really cool. It's a Clojure interpreter written in Go. So it turns out Go is pretty easy to cross build. So what I did, I had a 32-bit virtual machine running on my Mac. I booted into that and I built Joker on that into a binary. Then I put the binary on my iPad and it works. So I can interpret Clojure data structures natively here, which is fine. Hi chat, and it runs, but that's not really gonna be great. So instead, you can also run Clojure script on this replete REPL app, but this is also just like, it's not an editor or anything. You've got a single point to enter things in here. It works nicely. It's got, it's nice, but it's also not gonna win any awards or anything like that. So if I run hi chat, right, it evaluates and everything works. So you can run Clojure script natively here. You can kind of run stuff through the iShell thing here. You do have native Python. Here we go. There's a pointer. So Pythonista, you can run Python and code there. So that's nice. But anyway, I want to be able to run proper Clojure stuff while I'm out in the parks and whatnot. And what I've got is Blink that can SSH into a Raspberry Pi that I have. It's sitting on a pile of books here. I can't point to it properly. Here we go. This. So that is the device that is running this here. So I'm SSH'd in there, and I've got my Emacs running in terminal mode and all that stuff. So all I'm trying to do today is mess around, download a few Git things, maybe run some Babashka stuff, that sort of thing. So really nothing special. Really nothing special. Let's see. What would be a good first thing to do, I wonder. Dr. Datomic watched me a couple times before I moved. Your screen name was GoofCube. You changed it to Dr. Datomic to match your Twitter name. Oh, gotcha. You're working through Learn Clojure Script by Andrew Meredith right now. Okay, well, good to know. Good to hear that you were tuned in a little bit, and glad to see you back. Even if you got a new screen name, that's cool with me. You're working through Learn Clojure Script. I actually don't know that one, to be honest. Let me just make sure I don't have like my banking site up on my Safari here. I think we should be good, but never know. You never quite know. Let's see. No, just tutorials. We're good. Okay, let's see here. Andrew Meredith. I'm sure it's a good book. Let's see. Oh, okay, so you actually, that's really cool. So there's some nice projects that you actually go through. So it seems like a project-oriented teaching tool kind of thing. That's really nice. I'm gonna have to give that one a look. There's also it's not exactly a project-based thing, but I want to get this book by oh shoot, now what's his name? I knew his name, Eric Normand. I could have actually like looked at what I was looking at, Eric Norman, yeah, of course. It's also right here. Anyway, so oh geez, oh geez, too many pop-ups. That's actually a big flaw of mobile and iPad. I don't know that you can install ad blockers. Anyway, that's all fine. So I probably wanna get this book too. I hear or assume it's pretty good. Am I? Oh, I'm not signed in. Give me a second. Let's see if I can remember how to sign in. How's that? So you're working through that book right now. Is it? Are you learning a lot with it? Hope it's going well. Let's see. Sign in. Oh boy. Let's go to my gists. Okay. Let's do this. So I have no idea if this is going to work the way I want it to, but I'm going to try it. Okay. Now let's go. Emacs. Let's see if my minimum viable config actually works a little bit. Got quite a few typos, things that don't fully explain for beginner, but you've been able to make the first few projects work. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer about the typos, but okay, you know, to some degree, I think typos can be forgiven. Obviously, you want them as little as possible. But yeah, the other thing, it is, I'm sure, a problem with so many program teaching books where, like, I would imagine even I wouldn't call myself a Clojure expert or anything. I've got decent competence with writing functions and making stuff work. But if I were to write a book for total beginners, there would almost certainly be things that I know well enough that I don't explain it sufficiently, you know? And I'm sure that's just a really hard thing as an author of a book like that to nail it perfectly, right? That's always with any learning tool, right? If you know this much about a thing, in theory you can explain everything beneath it, right? But you almost lose the ability to explain the simpler concepts sometimes. It's a trick. It's a real trick. All right, let's see. Did it actually paste the entire help, please? Oh man, okay, this looks like it might have worked. There definitely be typos if the book is self-published. The author just can't get all of them no matter how good they are. Yeah, that's for sure. It did look like it was self-published too. So typos make a lot of sense. And that's why I say I feel like I can forgive them, you know. It's like there's only so much one person can do, or a small team, even if you have an editor or two. Yeah, it just is going to happen a bit. You notice the moment they hit publish on a book, the instructions are out of date. The tooling changes so fast. Yeah, Dr. Datomic, that's one reason why so I don't know if you know that I have a YouTube channel as well, and I make videos about Clojure programming and, well, walking through forests and stuff like that. I like making videos, sharing stuff I'm working on, things I'm thinking about. Clojure and programming is a big part of the channel so far, but I don't necessarily want to make explicit, these are tutorials. I want to make, this is how I did a thing, and this is the thinking behind what I did, hoping that it avoids the problem you're talking about a little bit, where I explain the ideas behind decisions. I don't want to dictate the decisions directly, because like you say, the tooling can change out from under you. I do find that one nice thing about Clojure is if you find a library from, I don't know, 2012, uh, there's a reasonable chance that it still works. In my experience with JavaScript and Python libraries, a library more than 4 years old has a pretty good chance of not working. So in the Clojure world, I found at least that to be a little bit of a benefit. You're still right that the tooling changes, and I'm not sure there's an easy way to get around those problems in general. Oops. Let's see. What am I trying to do here? MX. Nope. MX, please. Nope. Uh-oh. What's the meta key? That's my question. It's not that. It's apparently not that either. Oh boy. We might be in a bind here. Okay. There's gotta be some way to do this, right? No. Meta, please. Meta. Nope. No. Okay. There's. Oh, I think. Oh, that's right. This is terminal mode. I've messed it all up, everyone. I've messed it completely up. Okay. Unrelated question. How's the stream quality seeming? Are things more or less okay on the viewer's end? Is the audio okay? Is the quality fine? I'm in a new place, new internet. Things could still be subtly not correct, so feel free to let me know about things in that regard. Okay, I'm gonna yeah, sure, I'll save that. Why not? Hey, Seung B. There's a bit of lag happening, otherwise it looks and sounds good. Hey, thanks for the feedback there. Yeah, a bit of lag. Unfortunately, I can't directly control right now. The roommates and I are going to be updating our internet soon, so I'm fingers crossed hoping that will be a non-issue in the future. Quality's good on your end, Dr. Datomic. Everything's good with you, Mike. Both speakers playing sound. Oh, that's good. Man, I'm still like secretly scared that I didn't mix the audio stereo properly. I have nightmares about about hurting everyone's left ear only, or right ear, whichever one. No, that's good. Thanks everyone for letting me know. I appreciate the feedback. Okay, what was I trying to do? So I've done this before. There's a few things I need to set up yet that I just have to remember how to do all the shortcuts properly. Since I'm using my Pi via the terminal, Emacs works nicely. There's a few things I have to get used to. The terminal mode, I don't think I can just click on the screen to move the cursor, unfortunately. So I have to relearn some of the keyboard shortcuts to pop around different screens and stuff, but that's fine. I also want to make sure that I can hop back into a session in case I get disconnected. So that I want to either use Screen or Tmux for that, but I'm going to install that in a little bit. I'm not going to do that right away. The thing I actually want to do first is figure out the meta key problem. So, that's probably not what I need. That's only local keys, so that's not a big deal. Go Tmux. Love that session manager. Yeah, so I actually have never used Screen. I've only used Tmux, and I think I'm going to stick with it because it's a nice one. Okay, So here, one thing that's really cool, you can change what caps lock does in the iPad system settings. So I have globally set the caps lock key to be an escape key. The reason that's good is because the smart keypad or smart keyboard doesn't actually have an escape key. So it's really quite useful that I can actually do that. So that's a win. So I don't actually need to set this here. I could set it as a modifier if I wanted to, and then I think it would send an escape and a modifier in one key press, but I don't want to mess with that. I'll just leave it as is. I kind of want, do I want the option key to be the meta key? It doesn't look like, oh, ignore it. I don't know what I'm doing. I just have to figure this out. Control's control, that's good. I don't know what 8-bit means. No. See, none of this isn't good. This isn't helping me. Well. Okay. Maybe I have to mess around with this a little more than I thought. That's okay. I can work with this. Cursor keys, custom presses. Let's see. No. Oh. What? Okay, well, let's... No. Oops. No, I don't want it. Delete. Could also go into Emacs config and declare the meta key there if you didn't want to fool around with the iPad settings. Yeah, so that's a good idea, Mike. I'm just hoping to avoid what I, in my perfect world, without any modification, I could have the Emacs config on my Mac be exactly the same one that I use on my iPad. So that's what I'm hoping I can get to work. But you're right, it's not a big deal otherwise. But there's got to be a way to make it work. That's the thing. For real? Maybe there's a modifiers only thing here. Smart keys. Let's see. How's everybody been in this past month? How's the world been treating all of you? In code land, in real life, how are things? I want to know how the people who watch my channel are doing. I hope things are going well for everyone. I'm really happy that I'm seeing familiar names tune in even after I've been away for a whole month. Genuinely, thank you so much. It's really exciting to see that. So thanks for that. Yeah, how are things going? Function keys, I don't want it to be with option. Is the option or command key not the default meta for your Emacs? I thought it was. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. Let's get back out of here. Let's not worry about that too much. Let's try this one more time. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Hey, Singabee, it's been good on your end. Wish I could travel to visit my family. You're very far away from them. Homesick is definitely a pain. Otherwise, Clojure Code Land has been good. Glad to hear about the Clojure Code Land being good. I understand about being homesick from the family. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope at the very least you could from time to time call them or do Zoom chats or something like that. I know it's not the same as meeting and seeing people in person, but it is better than nothing. I know what you mean. I mean, I moved further away from a lot of my family. Not because I don't like them, but because of wanting to change my own life a bit. But yeah, now I miss them a lot, and I get that. Yeah, hopefully there's something you can do to stay connected in some way that's still partly nice. If you hit Control H then K, then do something like Option plus X to describe that key. Control H, and then K. Oh boy, getting messages. So here's what's going on here, at least partly. Let's kill that default buffer. If I hold Option and do X, see that? It's printing a character. If I hold Command and do X, Command doesn't register as anything at all. It's not a modifier. Right? So that's what's going on here. But so let's do Control H, K. Describe the following key, mouse click, or menu item. Right, so that's not sensible to me yet. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? There's just gotta be something. Default, Control, Escape, Shift. I don't know what this means. Add 128 to the unshifted character as an X term. Don't have an Alt key on your keyboard, do I? No, that's the thing. So it's a Mac. It's still a Mac style keyboard. So what I was expecting was the Option key would be by default considered an Alt key, but that's clearly not the case here. So running into a bit of an issue here. Let's see. Right, see, so that just sends different characters now. That's not what I need. Cool, but not helpful. Yeah, no, that's not doing it for me. Dr. Datomic, are you using a virtual terminal to SSH into the Pi? I'm not quite sure what you mean by a virtual terminal. There's this program Blink Shell that it is a terminal that you use to SSH into. So maybe yes is the answer to that question. Perhaps. Mike, would you know how to actually set different keys to be the Blink Shell? That's what I meant. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, see, okay, so that's weird. Oh, okay. That was weird. See that? Escape MX is undefined, but if I hold caps lock and then X, this guy has something. Oh, Dr. Datomic, thank you for that. I just as a heads up, I don't open links on like the screen I'm streaming, but I will gladly read that on my phone right now. At the bottom of the post, he deals with this. I'm sure there's... Let's see. There are a number of bindings that simply cannot be typed. C space. This looks pretty useful, actually. I might have to give this a closer read later. So the thing, so I'm gonna, that's open on my phone, so I might visit that again in a few minutes. Next thing to do, so at least I have, like I can MX somehow, at least some of the time. So we're getting somewhere. I think there might be something that I can change with the caps lock, but all I want to do right now is find, oh, right, yeah. Let's go emacs config.org. So here's all I need to do. I have this org file, and it explains my setup, and it's got these elisp code blocks, and I just need to tangle that so it creates my init.el file. Close Emacs, open it, and see what works and what doesn't, and go from there. That's what I'm trying to do. This Emacs config I copied from my gist here. I made a literate Clojure Emacs config.org file. It's a minimum viable Emacs configuration for literate programming with Clojure. So this is the real test to see if it's really a one file thing, or if it has some blind spots that I just didn't notice. So this is what I'm trying to do on my Pi right now. Fresh Emacs install, open the file, you get into org mode. I just want to do mx org babel tangle. That's all I'm trying to do. So let's see what's up. Let's do mx, please. Nope. No, now you don't do it. Nope, that's wrong. Oops. What? I don't understand what's happening. Oh, I'm being silly. There we go. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Sorry, everyone. It's just it's a half brain day today. It's a half brain day. Did I say thanks for pointing me to that article, by the way, Dr. Datomic? I appreciate that. Stack Overflow had this info. You can either press escape, then the key in question, or terminal.app, go to preferences, settings, keyboard, use option as meta key. Okay, I'll do one more look there in a minute. Let's run org babel tangle now that I can. Perfect. Okay, let's have a look. Let's get out of here. Emacs is out. Let's do one more quick look here. Yeah, it's fun solving problems together. Oh yeah, I love it. Thanks so much. I usually like solving programming related problems, but you know what? This is a great first stream. I'm having a good time. So I think this was a good choice on my end. And I'm just happy that people are here tuned in. Okay, let's see. It's also a good day for a stream because it's raining right now. Otherwise, I'd probably be out running or on my... I bought a new bicycle. Oh, Bikes are my favorite thing. I love them so much. That's the best way to get around in the world, in my completely unbiased and normal opinion. I love bikes. Just brings me back to when I was living in the Netherlands and I didn't own a car. I just used public transit and hopped on my bike. It was so good. And now I have that again. Makes me real happy. Okay. Um, settings, terminal.app. Maybe I'm not thinking about the right thing here. I might be misunderstanding what you say there, Mike. Let's turn this back to default just to let it be. You know, I'm gonna be happy with that for the time being. What I want to see is how well my config transfers over to this context here. I expect some errors. There's a warning. Pair edit is unavailable. It looks like I typoed something maybe. Wonder if it's maybe in the Emacs setting itself. Yeah, it could be. Let's see. Let's go file.emacs config. Just have a little look-see. All right, let's do so it happened that broke early, so that means it's right here. I don't understand that. Doctor's Atomic, we have a bike trail right near us. It's a windy 4 miles into town from the rural outpost. Yeah, so 4 miles biking isn't too bad, but with the wind in your face, it's a lot worse. Yeah, so even like I love biking so much that a nice even a bit of a windy day won't dampen my spirits. But I completely like the wind is definitely one of the worst parts about doing a ride. You get used to it though. When it's your only mode of transportation, you just gotta suck it up sometimes. Anyway, I have to get out for a run. Glad to see streaming again. Yeah, Mike, thanks for tuning in. Glad to see you here again. Yeah, and I'll be back to a regular schedule as soon as possible. This was a nice this is Wednesday, right? Yeah, so not a normal one, but hey, I'm back at it. So I'll be back again tomorrow. Have a good run, Mike. And yeah, I'll see you around. Thanks once again for tuning in. Right, what else do we got? Okay, pair edit dash is unavailable. I don't know why it's not working. Yes. Okay. I don't think that's gonna solve that problem. I don't know why. Failed to download the Melpa archive. Wonder why that is. That's probably why I'm getting issues. Or it's one of the reasons anyway. Well, let's I think I can do this, XE, to execute a line. Melpa, let's try again. That's a shame. Yeah, so this is why, let's see. Maybe I can find something here. Failed to connect to Malpa. Yeah, okay. Network connectivity problem. Oh, maybe it's this. Maybe I don't have HTTPS. That's a bummer if that's the case. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's try one more time. Word Babel Tangle. Oh boy. I was actually hoping that I wouldn't be just stuck in messing with configurations this whole time. I was hoping I could start messing around with OpenSCAD and actually generating some 3D models using my iPad, but that might not happen today based on the current speed of my brain. But hey, you know what? I'll take what I can get. It's just fun to be streaming. Right, so let's just kill Emacs and try again and see what happens this time. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Yeah, the pair edit thing is still unavailable. Let's get out of here. Let's ping. Weird. Okay, so it is working. So I do have internet to the Pi, so that's fine. What's the deal? Let's see what else there is to say here. Don't know what this is. It's not a network. It shouldn't be a network problem. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get back in there. Emacs. No reason not to try. So the switch is CXO is in my CXO pops you to the other window or the other frame, whatever. I forget the terminology of Emacs is weird. I think the whole Emacs thing is a frame, and then the different frames inside it are technically windows, and a window can have or has a buffer inside it. The naming convention is confusing sometimes, but I try to ignore it most of the time. See, this is one thing I wish I would want to fix. I do like using the mouse sometimes, but you see how I can't switch by clicking? There might be a way to figure that out. I kind of think Blink would have that as an option, but I haven't figured it out yet. So let's kill that. Kill that as well. Okay. So let's no, not that one. Let's edit the org file. Try to figure out What's up? Oops. Oh yes, right. Of course, this is gonna have to take some getting used to. The mouse interaction's not what I expect, but that's okay. So I don't think it's that. Let's have a look at Melpa. All right, let's see. Getting started. Let's have a look. Well, let's just do this. Why not? Since I'm messing with stuff already, why not? Let's do this. At least copy paste works. Actually, this is no different at all. There's nothing different about this. Okay, well that was silly. See this? Org support shift select is not enabled yet because I can't get past this, unfortunately. Let's wonder if this nil. All right, let's try it again. Alpa failed to download Melpa archive. I'm not willing to do a ton of debug like this on stream. It's too boring. So if I can't get this to work, what I'll do next is start messing around with OpenSCAD and just running code in the Clojure REPL directly without Emacs, because that's fine. That's not so bad. Am I just on the same? I think I just opened the same thing on whatever, we'll read through this one more time. Wait, what is the difference here? Wait, what? It can't be that, can it? The trailing slash? Hey, Dr. Datomic. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you're well. And yeah, I should be back in tomorrow, and I'll have a more normal stream schedule. So maybe I'll see you from time to time. Have a good one. And yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thanks for your help. And yeah, thanks for being around for my new stream after over a month of radio silence. I just love seeing you here. Okay, let's try this trailing slash thing. That'll be the last thing I try here. Let's also undo this. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Emacsd config. All right. All right. Let's try this. Oops. That was weird. Okay, let's see. All right, we've got now org Babel Tangle. Let's see if that makes a difference. Close that. I meant to do Emacs. Still nothing. Bummer. Okay, what let's try oh, I have one more thing. I lied. I want to try one more thing. Oh, this is still HTTP. Let's do this. Yeah. Org Babel Tangle. No, same problem. Refresh those contents. All right. Okay, well, that's something to... That's some bug. Emacs, what version am I on here? 26.1. I wonder if it's a Melpa down thing? I don't think so, but maybe that's it. I don't want to accept cookies, but I can't. Yeah, that didn't solve my problem. I don't think it did anyway. Last try, then I'm gonna work on OpenSCAD just for kicks. Excuse me. Okay, we've got... Oh, did something happen? No, we're good. Emacs. Yes, this is gonna fail, that's fine. Let's open up .emacs config.org. Let's have a peek. Here, HTTP, let's put this back here. The slash needs to be there, I think. Okay. Org Babel Tangle. Yeah, okay. Figure that one out later. That one will be, I don't know, some new way to do things. So OpenSCAD version. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so there is a way to do... Yeah, okay. All right, now we're cooking. So I have kind of a dual window sort of situation here. So let's try OpenSCAD command line. Let's just see that we can get that working. Let's see here. Command line usage. Yes, that's not overly helpful to me. Let's get a PNG output from OpenSCAD through the terminal and see what we can do with that. I think that'll be kind of cool. That's a good proof of concept, right? Camera and image output, there we go. Gimbal camera. One thing I still don't know how to do exactly yet is like all the pro gamer streamers have these amazing looking overlays with interactive stuff going on, and it draws the eye, it looks kind of cool, good animations and stuff like that. I don't know how to make my stream pop without being obnoxious, you know? I want to make a nice, elegant looking programmer stream. This border around my camera view here, I drew that on my iPad. I have that here. I just drew it, but it doesn't. It's not the look I'm going for. I mean, it's kind of neat that I could just draw that, but it's not quite enough, you know. But it would be cool to use the iPad maybe, or it'd be cool to like generate visuals with code, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that more. I don't know what people want to see. That's the problem. Maybe it's not even a big deal, you know? Like programming streams, you kind of want to see the code. And that's sort of it. Speaking of, I realized that this font size is a little small. Let's see here. Font. Oh. There we go. Maybe that's better? I don't know. Uh-oh. All right, that's fine. We'll work with that. Okay, so here we are. Let's do... Okay. Let's see. Let's try this. Open SCAD sphere 20 out test.png. Needs to be an input file, eh? Oh, maybe if I do this. Okay, well, let's read this. Output file. Camera info. I guess it doesn't take strings as the argument. It expects a file as the input. I guess that's fine. Okay, so let's echo sphere 20 into test.scad. Oh, let's remove the Linux install there. That's a Clojure install. Right. Test.scad. So let's do OpenSCAD, test.scad out, test.png. Well, that's not good. It needs an X server to build? Do I have Python installed? Yes, I do. Exit. Let's try this. Python m simple HTTP server. Okay, I have no idea. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so I'm serving locally, so I think I can do 192.168.48. I think it, yeah, okay. Let's see if this PNG looks like anything. It does not. Yeah, okay. So that's a bummer. Gonna have to think about that. But before I do, I have to be right back. I'm gonna go to the washroom. There we go. There we go. Oh boy. All right. So I think I've got another hour left in me, patience-wise. There's gonna just be bugs and things going wrong that I didn't anticipate, so I don't want to be doing this all day. So let's try that. Can't create OpenGL off-screen view. Let's search that. OpenSCAD can't create OpenGL off-screen view. I feel like I'm just missing like a lib or something like that. Maybe I do need a full X server installed, which I uninstalled because I'm using it headless, right? So I don't usually need an X server, but maybe I do. Oh, let's see, actually, by the way. Whoops. Let's see if I can run this. Oh, okay. Let's do... Interesting. Okay, so it can generate an STL file just fine. I mean, I'm assuming that's true. Let's do vi test.stl. They're usually ASCII. Yeah, okay, so it does generate an STL file. So OpenSCAD works. I guess to generate a PNG, it needs a graphical context to render with. Okay, that's fine. Kind of. I can work with that. Kind of. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's been handled. Da, 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 da. Oh man, my computer's showing me all kinds of stuff, so I'm distracted right now. That's gonna be okay. All right, let's see. What is up? I don't love the idea of running a full-on what am I saying? I think this is X virtual frame buffer or something like that. I don't know if I want to have to do that. But now I'm thinking about how I want to actually view stuff, you know? I'm wondering what the right approach is here. See, these are workflow workflow related things that I'm gonna have to figure out at some point. That's okay. So next thing that might be good to do, Rsync version. Okay, I do have Rsync installed. That's good. Let's see if I am smart enough to use Rsync. Do I have Rsync installed? I'm not showing it, but I'm using my Mac over there. I want to see if I have Rsync on there. It looks like I do. Cool. Let me make sure I can SSH into the Pi there. Hey, I'm in. Okay, so now how does Rsync work? Let's see. Okay, let's do Rsync. I think Rsync is what I want here, really. Sync local and remote directories. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So there's a trailing slash at the end of the first argument. It's necessary the contents. Okay, so this means the contents of directory 1. Place. Okay, so what I would want to do is, so I'm not going to run it here, but I'm just going to use this as a note basically. I basically want to run I'm going to run it from my computer. So I would do rsync a. I want to sync my dev folder. So I would do the remote folder contents into dev, but it would be the other way around, right? Is that, no, that's right. Remote, yeah, okay. So in order to do that, I could run ANV for like a dry run, right? Yeah. Okay, this is what I want. So username at remote. Okay, yeah. So I just want to do this. Rsync ANV home directory dev slash into, yeah, username pi at the local IP address, which is what it is. By the way, this is a DigitalOcean article. Ugh, the cookie warnings are ridiculous. Thank you. DigitalOcean, in my experience, writes very good articles on how to do stuff like this. It's really helpful for like basic DevOps stuff. If you're just doing small things here and there, they're really good at explaining how and why to set up certain things for your Linux server. I like it a lot. They're like a trustworthy source of information. Building the file list. It's a big file list, I guess. This sync is gonna. Ooh, I wonder if the. I wonder. See, because I don't have a ton of storage on the Pi right now. I do kind of wonder if I should be a little more careful with what I actually sync over. Let's see. Just trying to cut away big files so that I don't sync things unnecessarily. Oh, hey. Okay, yeah, that's looking okay. That was total size is, oh boy, 391. 4 gigs, I guess. I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh no, 391 megabytes ish. So that's not bad. Let's do that. I think that's okay. Let's try this and see what happens. I mean, like the absolute worst case scenario is I reinstall an OS on my Pi and I just start this over. It's not the end of the world, honestly. It will be fine. It will be fine. So it should be going now. I think it is. I don't really want to mess around with too much while it's happening. And ideally, what I would have is a thing that happens either automatically or like on a cron, or it's an easy thing to do, and I just I kind of want to only ever run it on the Pi, and I just sync push pull changes from the Pi always to my computer, so that things always stay in sync, but it's only ever executed from one device. I think that could be useful. I don't know. I'll have to see. I do really hope that I don't run out of disk space on that thing. Worst case scenario, I do have a 128 gigabyte SanDisk thing, but that's from my Switch. So I wonder, I don't know if I want to buy a new one or repurpose that one. I'll have to see. The other thing is, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe 16 gigs on the Pi is actually enough, and any big file I make, I just pull out of the Pi right away and put it on the iPad through the Files app or something like that. I'll figure it out. I'll come up with something. Okay, so there is a dev folder. It's being synchronized now, I think. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a lot of the stuff in there, which is really a good thing. It's not done yet, but it shouldn't take too much longer, I don't think. Control L, yeah. Perfect. I'm gonna let that go. Useful options. What is AZ? Oh, I should have done this. Progress and partial. Now I don't know how much longer it's gonna take. I just have to guess, but that's okay. Let's see here. Okay, it looks like it completed the transfer. That's exciting. Oop. Let's see. All right. So let's pop this out of the. No, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay. Right. Now I've got my dev. To learn to control L things. Oops. Okay. List. Right. Let's have a look at SVG CLJ. Let's run CLJ here and see if we can run my SVG code on my Pi without problems. Maybe? We'll see. We will have to see. I wonder, downloading Clojure dependencies, I might run out of... I actually have no idea how much disk space all of my dependencies actually use, because like every other dev environment I've had significant storage. I don't know how much storage this is going to take up. This will be interesting. I also don't know what'll happen if it downloads and runs out of space while it's going. But that's a problem for another day. svgclj.main /circle 20. Oh, am I being silly? I think I am. Let's see if this works. Source / Oh, that worked. Okay, so let's do main slash. Oh, there's circle. Okay, there we go. So it does work. I forget the namespaces I have. Okay, so it's working though. It's running. Oops. Dot main slash rectangle 40 by 50. Yeah, okay, it seems to be working, so that's good. Git ignore. I won't worry about that stuff for now. Let's go into scripts. Okay, here I've got some some babashka scripts. Right. To run those, I can go into build yeah, okay. There's I wonder if this CLJ to step file thing will work. What I can do is try that. CLJ to step. Let's do touch test.clj. Vi test.clj. Here I should be able to write sphere 20, escape, right quit. Now here I should be able to do bb clj to step and then pass in test.clj, and I think it should make test.step because I do have FreeCAD installed as well. It didn't do it. But it exited with a 0, so there's something else going wrong. Not sure what. Let's see what I've written for that. Oh, right. This is not gonna work the way I want it to, but that's okay. Yes, let's see. Hey, Biz. How's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. This one here, SCAD to step. How was the move? It was good. Long drive. I did it over 4 days from Grimsby, Ontario to Burnaby, BC. So Vancouver, effectively. 4 days. I stopped in a hotel every night. Yeah, it was good. Now I'm in a new place, starting to get tuned into the city a bit. Whew. Excuse me. Still trying to figure out how to do this whole streaming thing again, you know? It's been a while. I've got to get back into the groove. But things are going well. Sorry, just trying to make sure my there we go. You're back in Toronto? How's that going for you? You safe and sound there in Toronto? Quarantine sucks. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Like we don't have one here too. We've got a quarantine in BC too. But Ontario is struggling right now, and then that sucks, man. You on the list for any vaccines or anything like that, or are you just patiently waiting? Or did you get your vaccine already? I don't have mine at all, unfortunately. Not yet. Alright, I'm trying to remember what I did for this script. That's that's the thing here. No, avoiding the zombie apocalypse. Zombie apocalypse? What are you talking about? Vaccine doesn't turn you into zombies. I hope not, anyway. I hear good things. Hey, wow, so clutch. How's it going? It was rushed. Yeah, it was quick biz, but I don't know. I don't want to get into any real deep talk about that. But I do trust the various types of things. It was quick, but things seem okay. I'm personally comfortable with it. If you're not, I get it. I do. But I think I think people tried really hard to make a good thing to help us out. So that's my opinion on it. Don't normally see you this late in the day. You're doing okay. Just finished work for the day. You're on call this week. Oh, on call. That's not quite as fun. But hey, yeah, glad to see you. So wow, so clutch. I don't know if you're aware. I moved from Ontario to BC, Canada. So one of the reasons, like, it's only 2:50 p.m. where I am now, which is 3 hours time zone difference. So I didn't realize I was in Canada. Biz hopping off. See ya. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you around again. Hope you're well. Yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm as much as you can. You know, all that good stuff. Wow, so clutch, you're in Alberta. Nice. I zipped right through there about 3 weeks ago. I drove from Ontario to BC as part of my move. Where in BC did I move? So I'm in Burnaby now. I say for simplicity Vancouver, but it's like Burnaby and Vancouver are like they share a transit system, but they're technically different. You know where it is? Yeah. Yeah. I I've actually never been to BC before. I did a 4 month co-op placement in Calgary, and actually Calgary was a great city, and Banff is phenomenal. Love it. Uh, but I've never been all the way out to BC, so I just kind of thought it'd be fun to move there, see what life is like on the West Coast, you know. And so far, I am super loving it. You were looking for some jobs there. You lived in BC though. Nice. Yeah. So, like I said, first time for me here, and I am really loving it. I've got good roommates. I've got a bike now. Love it. You lived in Nelson for a while. You worked a few summers tree planting and cherry picking, moving around in BC. What a classic summer. That sounds awesome. Actually, I don't know BC all that well yet, so I don't know where Nelson is relative to Burnaby. I still have to travel a lot of the area, but lockdown stuff, can't do it all in one time. So Vancouver is the place you've been to the least, funny enough. That's the thing when you're doing work like tree planting and stuff like that, I would assume you're not likely to end up in cities all that much, right? All right. This. Sorry, I need to. Oh, that Nelson's closer to Squamish. Gotcha. Sorry, I need to tune out for just a second and block these fake things here. Ban. Let's also report that. Okay, looks okay. Good, perfect. Oh, sorry, misunderstood you. Nelson's closer to the border. Squamish is closer to Vancouver. Yeah, gotcha. Nelson's part of the Kootenays. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Misunderstood you. I I hate those bot accounts. It's really annoying. It looks so silly. But hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. It is pretty annoying. Yeah, there's not much to do about it. So as you can very well tell, this is a very small channel, so I have to kind of admin my all that stuff on my own. Totally fine. I'm uh I it's no secret I do want to grow this channel, get more viewers, get more interest in it and stuff like that. Not like I don't want to go quick, but I want to, it's fun. I want to grow the channel. As things grow, I think it makes sense. I'll find some people that I could have as moderators. And if you've got a small team of moderators, they can really help with those sorts of things. So that's the plan. It'll just take some time. In the meantime, I have to be patient and just work with just work with the way things are. But hey, I think I can handle it. I'm trying to get this script to run. You're moderator in a few channels. You're pretty bad mod. Well, never use the powers that come with the sword. Yeah, that's the thing. I would imagine in a small enough channel, it's not actually that big of a deal. Like, and for a thing like that, like imagine you were the mod here and that came up. All I would say is, hey, do you mind banning that bot account? And like, there's no, I'm sure you have no qualms like doing that to a bot account, right? And other things you just kind of handle on a case by case basis. You're probably not as bad a mod as you think. Just because the other flip side is you use the powers of the sword way too much, and you swing the ban hammer constantly, and that's no fun either, right? The new mod view is pretty cool though. I actually don't know it. I'm not a mod on any other channels. Maybe I should work on that. But yeah, no, that's cool. Twitch is not a perfect thing, but they try to keep things up to date and good for the users. So that's nice. I'll keep you in mind for when I need more mods, but no pressure, of course. Just we'll see how it goes. I do have one. There's a user, Mike. He comes in frequently. He was in earlier. He had to go for a run, but I made him a mod, and he's been super helpful. And so far, that's been great. So don't feel pressured. Someone here more often, that would be better. Yeah. So I'm in, like, I'm not actively seeking at this time. So just, it's nothing. You're right. Probably there will be people more active that are a better fit. And like I said, I've got Mike. He's been a phenomenal mod so far. And that's been great. It has been fantastic. I don't know if you can tell, this is my first stream after a while, and I'm not really focused on all that much. I'm just kind of chilling out, I'm not doing much programming. I'm not even really reading the code that much, so that's okay. It's just fun to chat with people, from time to time. So I'll take it. But I do want to figure out what's going wrong with this script, at least, because there's something not totally working yet. Now that it's summer, going to be hopping on your bike more, trying to spend time at your computer. Do you mean more time or less time at your computer? Less time, yeah. That makes sense. Man, I just bought a bike, typing and doing a few things. Hey, no worries. don't let me distract you. Man, yeah, so I just bought a new bike, and man, as much as possible, I want to be on that thing. I love biking. Yeah. So I went with my roommate and good friend this past weekend. We went 20K out to one of the beaches and then 20K back. So not a crazy long ride, but good enough for a first ride. And oh, man, I'm so excited to explore the city by bike. It's fantastic. I love it. 40K is pretty good. Yeah, maybe my expectations are skewed. My dad is super into cycling, and he tries to bike every day on his road bike, and he feels like 50K is like an okay ride. He tries to go for like 60, 70K every day, basically. So 40K to me just wasn't it wasn't up to the standards, but I got to work my way up to that. There are a bunch of rides heading outside of the city. Yeah, I want to explore a lot of fun routes in the city and start exploring out to the city, and eventually I want to learn how to do like cycle camping, whatever that's called. You pack up a little bit and do a weekend camping trip. I think that would be so awesome. Bike packing, yeah, that's the word. You tried to go 70K. You were up to 100K rides last year, then you had an accident. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Like did you break bones and limbs or anything like that? There's a book with some bike packing trips I want to do. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I think bike packing is a thing I could probably get into. It seems right up my alley. Have to train up for it, but nothing broken, but your arm was messed up for a couple months. Yeah, ouch, that's no good. Like was it skin, like rashes and stuff like that, or ligaments? Oh, it's unpleasant. Sorry to hear that happened. Hopefully you're a little bit better now. Ooh, bike packing in the Canadian Rockies. So, just FYI, sharing links is totally fine. I basically never open them up on the screen that I'm streaming. Just as a heads up. But I've opened it up here. I've got it on a tab here. Ryan Corey bike packing in the Canadian Rockies. I am absolutely going to be looking into that. Thank you for the share. I appreciate that. Ligaments, couldn't move your arm. Yeah, ouch. Sorry, distracted myself for a second there. Try not to post them too much. Oh, yeah, no, it's totally fine. You don't have to worry about sharing links. The only thing is I don't open them up on a screen just in case, right? But I've got it open on my other devices here, so it's totally fine. Share away. That book looks really intriguing. I'll have to give it a read, I think. Okay, let's see. So I don't know. Maybe you're not aware. I'm right now just for kicks. I'm streaming using my new iPad. So, like, I've got my pencil, and I can do drawings and everything. I've got the Magic Keyboard. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So I could just use the keyboard and the trackpad and everything. Oh, you can draw with that. And I'm using Blink to log into a Raspberry Pi that I'm doing. I'm just trying to set it up so that it can be a little dev machine that I can take on my backpack with me out to like Stanley Park so I could do work on my iPad. That's the idea. That's my dream. Gonna ask if you've got a new job. Only because I work at an engineering company, not as an engineer. It'd be funny if you ended up at the same company. No, so my current employment situation is I'm building my own business or trying to. So my focus is on CAD automation tools. The idea is I want to do I want to set up some monthly contracts with some small manufacturing companies. So I'm prototyping some ideas that I can pitch to some companies that I know. I worked at a greenhouse manufacturing company before, so I could talk with them and see if there's sort of beta testing they want to do. So that's what I'm working on. I've got a loan, and I'm using that to build out the product and start getting some attention around that. That's my current employment. If that all goes sideways, then I'm going to see if I can find employment work in Vancouver or whatever. Well, that's cool. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. I know you never quite know, but the thing I do know is I don't plain and simple, I don't really abide authority all that well, and I have a hard time working in a corporate environment, to put it simply. So if I can find a way to have good control of the kind of work I do, I'll be a happier person. So trying to build a set of CAD tools that can be open sourced and help people automate design work and make better products, that's compelling to me. And we'll see how it goes. So, but I just know that corporate just doesn't work for me. So that's why that's why I'm working on my own thing. And the nice thing is, working on my own thing, I can actually work from wherever. So I moved to Vancouver because I thought it'd be a more fun place to live and work than where I was at in Ontario. So I don't know. Think as an engineer, it's more than possible to work for yourself, either just consulting or running your own business entirely. Yeah, I totally think so. The the thing that just gives me anxiety is I don't want to trick myself into thinking I'm better than I am at running a business, if that makes sense. So I want to approach things optimistically but cautiously. I genuinely think building CAD automation tools for different types of industries is a useful thing, but will I be able to make a sustainable business? Probably. But it's probably going to be different than even I'm thinking now, right? Does that make sense? It can be good to choose to be close to the kinds of clients you want to have. If you want to work in the green space, Vancouver could be a good place to be. Yeah, there's that's exactly it. I do think Vancouver probably has a good couple of options for clientele. You could always do some drafting on the side while you're getting going. That's true too. I already do make. I wonder if I could show it. I make quilt patterns with 2D using my code base. I make quilt patterns with 2D figures and stuff like that, and it's semi-automatic and whatnot. I had an example on my Twitter. Let's see. Yeah. Wait a second. I've got a slightly better approach to this. There. Oh, so this, you can see it on my Twitter if you. Oh boy, this is horrible. This is so bad. You know what? Never mind. Anyway, I use Clojure code to make SVG diagrams for quilt patterns, and I make a little bit of money doing that. And I want to keep finding more opportunities to do that sort of thing. So there's stuff. Get what I'm saying? What a mess. First stream after moving. Whatever. It's all a big mess. Okay. Before I get going, I want to see if I could actually get this running just a little bit, just a bit. Let's get out of here. No worries, I've moved lots, so I know how it is. Yeah, this was an interesting move. So I have a car. I packed it up, and I drove myself across the country with pretty much all of my possessions except a mattress. I had to buy a new mattress, which, funny enough, is right. I have to build myself a bit of a frame that can fold up away, but right now I've just got it kind of propped up against the wall. My life's still a bit of a mess, but it's easier to sell things or leave them sometimes. Yeah, it totally is. The thing is, like, I try to own as few things as possible so that it's not too hard to move, and it wasn't too bad. I was able to get everything into my car except for the mattress. It's also refreshing to get rid of things. Yeah, totally. That I use every move as an opportunity to try and say these are the essentials, these are the nice to haves, and anything beyond, just get rid of it completely. Moved to Nelson, you did it by car, yeah. It's kind of fun. Like, so I drove from Grimsby, Ontario out to BC, so 4 days or so. A lot of driving every day, but to say I drove across Canada is like that was pretty unique. I was really happy to do it. You lived in Halifax too, but you didn't drive there. Yeah, that would be a long drive. I've driven from Grimsby, Ontario. No, sorry, I've driven from Montreal to Halifax. Yeah, so I went to from Grimsby to Montreal to pick up my brother. Then Montreal, we went to Halifax. That was actually a long drive, and like it seems so much closer, but it's quite long. And yeah, it is a nice drive. There's a lot of good things to see both ways. Like if you go out east, there's good stuff to see. If you go across the country through the plains and the prairies and stuff, like it's cool. I had a great time. Not something I'll do every year necessarily, but definitely definitely an interesting thing to have done. I'm glad that I did. Okay, so let's try this here. BB CLJ dis. Oh wait, I don't even need to. I can actually just do this. Dot slash. Let's see if that does anything. Ooh, okay, it did generate this SCAD file. Vi test.scad. Okay, that worked. That's cool. Quit that. You also do some photography. You would enjoy doing a road trip like that and shooting photos. Did I ever show you any of the photos? I feel like I have. I'll be honest, I don't think so. Yeah, send a link. Feel free to share that out. That'd be really cool. Did you do I follow you on Twitter? I'm not sure. Maybe you did on Twitter or something like that. I can't remember, honestly. Sorry. CLJ to step. You're not on Twitter. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, then I don't think you've shared that. If you have a link to like a portfolio or something, go for it. If we have a Discord, I don't have a Discord yet. That's on my list to set up. Also, I don't blame you for not using Twitter and Facebook. That's probably a good choice. Photos app. Oh, perfect. Again, opening it up on my phone here, but it looks promising. Let's try test.clj and see if this works. Pictures of the Rockies. Oh man, these are great. Oh, I love. So, what do you shoot with? What camera? I'm not a professional or even a good amateur photographer. So these look great. I love. Do you have a? Is that Lake Louise in there? Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not doing these any justice right now. I'm just scrolling through nice and quick, but they're fantastic. Love the mountains, eh? They're always a great subject for photos. Mainly before COVID. Hope to take more mountain shots this year. You've got a few trips planned. Man, that's great. Man, you can't go wrong taking pictures of mountains, eh? These are using a Google Pixel 3. That's got a surprisingly good camera. You post process them a bit, I would imagine. Maybe not much, but a little bit. Nice stuff. Man, Canada's a beautiful country. Oop, let's see here. Oh, another photos app of the prairies. Yeah, you touched them up a bit, mainly in the app. Been enjoying editing on your phone in camp and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I have a cousin who's pretty into photography, and he tells me that like he will edit Like he'll post process a little bit on his computer, but he actually finds that sending the photos to his phone and editing on the phone is like a really nice workflow, just really enjoyable. Oh man, the prairies are interesting, right? Because you get to kind of um, frame a lot of sky into it sometimes, and like you got great. I like the one where you're looking up through the trees, stuff like that. Just really cool. Great opportunity to change up what you're taking pictures of, right? Nice stuff. Love it. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, as for the Discord stuff, I don't have a Discord handle to give you yet, but I'm contemplating making a Discord that I can link to this channel and just build a community that can chat with each other even when I'm not streaming. Been trying to do more photography on stormy days so you can get some cool clouds. Yeah, that would be stormy days is where you're going to find the coolest clouds. Oh man. Okay, something so this script here, CLJ to step is not working. So that's okay. I'll have to figure that one out. Let's try one more. Oops. Source. Let's see. Is there a way? I wonder. I don't know if Blink Shell has a way to view images. It might. Something tells me it can, but I don't know how to do that yet. It was not Lake Louise. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure either. It reminded me of that, but fair enough. No, not every lake is Lake Louise. Shot of Curator Lake. Multi-day hike to Curator Lake. Yeah, that probably was what I was looking at. Yeah, I was just scrolling through and Lake Louise is what popped into my head, but yeah, clearly I was wrong. Some of these might have to be like backgrounds on my devices. Oh, maybe it was Pado. Yeah, if it's the really blue one, it might have been that. It was a closer. What am I trying to say here? I don't even know what I saw that I thought that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. A few people have been saying that. Curator, a little bit of a trek. Let's see, Google Maps. Oh, my posture is weak right now. Curator Lake by Curator Mountain. Oh, it's in Jasper? Or right next to it, I guess. Yeah, that's a trek, right? Oh my goodness. Nice. Oh man, that looks like that looks like it'd be fun. Cool stuff. You've been doing some good traveling, eh? I'm jealous. That's cool. Maybe I shouldn't be jealous. I just drove across the country, which is pretty neat. Um, tabs. Where are my other tabs? There we go. Part of the Skyline Trail. It's really awesome. I have to put that one on my list of places to go. Trails to do. You're using your standing desk to stand at the moment? Yeah. I don't own a standing desk. I haven't built my own standing desk yet. I have this problem where I don't like buying stuff, but I do love building stuff. But since there's always more stuff to build than time, I end up not having all of the things I want. Motivates me to get out, hike, and bike more. Oh man, absolutely. I am so stoked to explore. I love all that stuff, and staying fit doing it too is so great. It's the best. Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing with these scripts, and then I'm gonna get going for the day. But I'm gonna mess around with this CLJ to step source code here and just see if I can get it to work. And if not, it's something I will have to tweak just to figure it out. Stop distracting me. Oh, don't worry about that. Feel free to talk about whatever. I will engage. I love just chatting with people who tune in. It's fun. And I mean, I'm always grateful that people tune in at all, so I appreciate that. And if I'm really trying to focus, I'll you can keep chatting, and I'll just not look at the chat until I'm ready to look at the chat. So you do not have to worry about distracting me, especially today. I don't have any strong goals for the day. I'm just doing whatever with a Raspberry Pi on an iPad. Like, I'm not doing anything critically important at the moment, so could get one of those fancy focus timers also. I feel like that might be a good idea for me, like a Pomodoro technique thing. Some streams have those. Yeah, like an on-screen. That's actually a pretty good idea. That'd be neat. Like a focus marathon or whatever. Like, see how long you can actually focus correctly and get some real work done, sort of thing. That'd be cool. I promise you, I'm a pretty distractible or distracted kind of person. Like, pop around between topics a lot. I don't know. It's like the ADHD approach, I guess. But it's fun. And, streaming isn't always about productivity. It's a bit about community building, and I enjoy that. So, but concentration timers are not a bad idea. It would add a little bit of interest, a little bit of visual interest to the stream. Just throw up a 10 to 15 minute timer to let chat know they'll respond after the time block. That makes a lot of sense. Like, if I legitimately do need serious focus time, I won't respond until then. It makes a lot of sense. It's something to add to the list. My perpetually growing list. Before I do this, let's echo. Wait a minute. Let's do this. Sphere 20 into test.clj bb clj2 step file. Run the test. Could not find. I don't know what this is. Huh. If you have a good mod that isn't lazy like me, they'll set things like that up for you. Yeah, I guess so, huh? See, part of the fun of doing a stream is figuring out, like it's still like using technology and stuff like that, but it's a very different. I don't know. I feel like I know nothing about broadcasting and audio equipment and video and stuff like that. And it's like, you figure it out and figure out how to make this interactive thing or make your stream not look like total garbage and all that. And it's just, it's a different skill set and it's fun to learn that stuff. So eventually I'll want to have a mod do that sort of thing, but having to do that stuff on my own, not so bad. I feel like Twitch and Discord improved your remote communication skills. Yeah, I think the mode of communication on Twitch and Discord, they're real time, but can be sort of asynchronous. Like you could leave a comment, and I could not respond immediately, and it's real time, but there's sort of this weird delay and etiquette behind it, and it really transfers nicely onto remote work communicating. So I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense to me. It's very different than popping on like a phone call, right? Like that's more a conversation, almost like face to face, but this is different. Being able to work asynchronously the way you're talking about is nice. Yeah, for sure. It's it's a little bit unfair. Like I control the synchronicity on a stream, right? Well, unfair. It's a little different than pure async. Like Discord would be a better example for that. Like for example, if you leave a comment and you want me to respond, but then you take your headphones out or put your phone away or whatever, walk away for 5 minutes, you might have missed my answer, right? That so there's a little bit of difference there, but still it mostly works. I'm not complaining. Yeah, on a stream. But yeah, Discord for sure is like a really good async kind of thing. Okay. I don't know what this is about. I guess here, this is probably the wrong, this is probably not right. This is not my username. Interesting. So let's do this. Let's, please. There we go. Hey, Mike, you're back. Twitch does have VODs. Yeah, I tried to repost my VODs onto YouTube because Twitch does have VODs, but they do delete them after a certain time. So they're not permanent, but YouTube is theoretically permanent. Yeah, Mike's still going. Probably not for much longer, but Wow So Clutch was just chatting and sharing his sharing their photos and stuff like that sort of thing. Yeah, Wow So Clutch has been keeping me distracted. Yeah, that's okay though, I don't mind. Probably where he was when you left off. Yeah, I will admit I haven't done all that much. You know what? I'll cop to that. I'll fess up to that. Oh, so I want to insert a squiggly, please. No, that's not what I meant to do at all. That's weird. Quit, no save. Let's try that one more time. Sounds about right. There's no distracted category for Twitch, but we'd be there if there was. Oh man, you guys are throwing shade, huh? I'm okay with it. I'll accept it. I'll take it. Okay. There we go. There should be. Well, I mean, does just chatting There is a category called just chatting. That's like kind of close. It's a good distracted though. Oh yeah, I'm not I'm not embarrassed by it. It's totally fine. It's kind of what I was hoping for today. I mean, I had no other plan, you know. I had to get the brain back into uh what streaming is actually like, you know. That sort of thing. So, let's try this one more time. B Bashka with test.clj. Let's see if it can correctly find the folder now. Error. Okay, so that's wrong. Okay, so let's do /home/pi. Let's try that. Mess around with this a little bit more. Oh yeah, that is a good question actually. Oh wait, no. So Clutch, that does remind me. You were briefly mentioned you have a job at an engineering place, but not as an engineer. Yeah. So what do you do, and what brings you to a programming stream? If you care to share, of course. No pressure either way. Yeah, correct. Not as an engineer. All right, let's see. Do I have Vim? I do not have Vim. Okay. Let's change this one more time. Work as systems administrator / SRE. What does SRE stand for again? I don't know what that stands for. Or if I do, I have forgotten. Home/pi/ let's see. Hopefully that's the right. Let's try that. bbclj2 step test.clj. Site reliability engineer. So though you said you're not an engineer. I mean, I think the word engineer sometimes gets applied in in unique situations where it's not technically the same sort of thing. Hey, whoa, downloading. Did that do what I wanted it to? It did not. Okay. Do a lot of DevOps and automation stuff. SRE sounds stressful. So you do programming, but not for the reasons most people think of. You have worked as a dev and designer as well. Oh man, you've got a good range of experience. That's pretty cool. Yeah, DevOps stuff is interesting, sort of. I don't know. I think that sounds neat. I mean, so I studied mechanical engineering. I'm self-taught with Clojure and Python and that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I'm not a perfect dev. I work really hard to learn to be better as I go. But anyway, so from my perspective, the things you listed off sound like pretty cool. It sounds like a decent breadth of experience, right? Probably know the company. Oh man, do I have to guess the company? It's not Deloitte, is it? Is it Fluor? I forget. FLUOR. Those are the two guesses that I've got right now. What else could they be? Yeah, I don't know. If you can't or don't want to say, by the way, no one should feel pressure to share information they don't want to share. Not Deloitte, but that size of company. Yeah, nothing's coming to my head right now. Boeing, Northrop. Hmm. I worked at Deloitte for a summer when out of school. Oh, Stantec. Oh, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Are those companies specific to Canada? Fluor and Deloitte? Is Deloitte a Canadian company? I know they've got international offices, but they might be Canadian. And Fluor probably is Canadian. I think they might even. I know they have an office in Vancouver, but they might be Alberta based because they do oil and gas industry stuff a lot. Stantec, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice big company. I'm sure they keep you plenty busy. I don't know. Stantec always drops off the back of my head for some reason. It's never the one I remember. Don't think you've heard of them. Let's see. I don't even think I spelt it right. Deloitte. About Deloitte. Global network of member firms. Right. So see, this is where this energy, resources, and industrial stuff. That's where I know Deloitte from. They kind of have their hands in a lot of different places, but anyway. Yeah, used to be focused on law more than yeah, that's true. I think they're international though. They probably have some in the US, but I don't know how much. And this is what I was talking about. It, I worked for them when I was living in Calgary. Don't love it. I'm not a huge fan of the oil and gas industry for climate related reasons, but that's a whole other thing that I don't care to get into today. But working at the company also made me realize how little interest I had in working at a really big company because I had great managers who were really nice and wanted me to succeed, but I was forced to work on a spreadsheet that was literally useless. It was totally not necessary. There's another entire department that on a monthly basis handled exactly the kind of thing that I was doing. It was ridiculous. So I never wanted to work at a big place like that again to do that sort of make work. But I don't need to get into that. Depends where you are in the company. Oh, for sure. That's the thing about there are spots in any big company that are better than others. Totally. Absolutely. But it didn't totally sit right with me. Um yeah, I come down hard on corporate and stuff like that, but it's really just because I don't fit in those kinds of environments, not that they're necessarily good or bad, you know? Like they're a big company is neutral at its face, right? I just don't really fit in that kind of category. You've worked at startups and small companies also? Yeah, I had experience at one startup in Waterloo. That also was not good, but that was because the product that the guy was working on was obviously not going to work at all, but that was a different thing. It's a mixed bag no matter what. You've been enjoying this more so far? Well, hey, Clutch, that's yeah. I'm not trying to at all say anyone should do this or that, right? Like if you enjoy what you're doing, that is the most important thing in my opinion. I think life's too short to be doing something you hate. So if you're enjoying it, that's really good to hear. Mike definitely enjoys startups, wider breadth of things to work on. Yeah. I kind of like the breadth sort of thing too. People like change anyways. Yeah, that's true for sure. Yeah, you don't want to, I don't know, things start to feel stale after some time, you know? People come and go all the time. Yeah, and I think that's kind of normal and kind of good, you know? Like let people flow. It can be good. I don't know. I don't need to get all philosophical right now. Um I'm going to get going very soon. I just want to make sure I've got a little bit more of a plan for tomorrow's stream, a little bit of an idea of what I want to do tonight, that sort of thing. So, what I need to figure out, tonight I'm going to make sure I can get 3D models out of the iPad somehow. So, using something like this, FreeCAD command, paired with the OpenSCAD stuff. That'll be what I do tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll have to decide if I want to keep messing around on the iPad or if I want to stream my desktop and work on some 3D language stuff. That's what I want to do. I think that'll be cool. I think that makes sense. I've had a few people at work that have left and come back like 3 or 4 times. That's pretty funny. Okay, although for me it depends on the startup. Found there were more stress, risk, less reward if you were not a founder, although not always true. Well, my brain has just reached that point where I'm gonna have to call it for myself. Clutch and Mike, thanks for sticking through to the end of this, and anyone who is or was tuned in, I really do appreciate that. I am so happy to be back streaming. I'm so happy to be safely moved in and with a bike and the ability to explore a new city. I am super pumped about all that. But for today, for right now, I am going to take a break because I've been going for almost 3 hours now, so that's going to be all for me. I will be back tomorrow. Hey, good timing. Hey, Clutch, have a good walk. Take some good pictures, or if not, just have a good walk. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you around a bit in the future. Oops. Enjoy your new digs. Oh yeah, thanks. I will, for sure. Yeah, for real this time. Yeah. Bye everyone. Have a good night. All right, I'm going to turn the stream off. Thanks everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.